Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Future Focus 2018. My name is Pete Coates. For those of you who don't know me, I am the director of iProspect Leeds. We put on a bit of an event for you guys here today to kind of give everybody the opportunity to kind of look ahead to the future. For those of you who don't know iProspect, we're not here to sell to you today. Today is very much a thought leadership event. We're here to talk to you about some of the themes that we see in the market on a day-to-day basis. Just to kick off with, though, for those of you who aren't familiar with the brand, iProspect are a digital-first marketing agency. We've kind of transformed our business over the last few years. As the economy has become ever more digital, we feel there's less and less need for the concept of a digital agency. We think the future requires a kind of a partner, a marketing agency that can support clients through some of the important digital transformations they need to make within their business. So today is about kind of lifting our eyes to the horizon. The digital revolution that we see all around ourselves on a day-to-day basis is completely transforming business. Yeah, I guess most of us realize that the demands of business are still very much short-term. It's very much what did we deliver yesterday, what are we going to deliver tomorrow. The themes that we're going to cover today are relevant to you whether you're a FTSE 100 PLC or whether you're a startup business. And we hope that this afternoon will give you all a chance to have a bit of breathing space away from your desks, to have a bit of a think about kind of how some of these themes will start to affect your business in the future. As businesses, our customers are expecting more and more all the time, and they're expecting it faster and faster. Businesses who are unable or unwilling to meet these challenges will ultimately fail. The winners in the digital economy will be those who put their customers at the very heart of everything they do and look to constantly improve their product, their service, and their brand in order to keep delivering against those expectations. Delivering success in this new economy means adopting a new approach to communications. We tend to measure the success of the activity that we run today very much at a siloed channel level. Successful marketing strategies in the future will instead focus heavily on the individual. Channel will become more of a vehicle as to how we reach those individuals. The most successful businesses will be the ones who can best identify those individuals, find them, target them, communicate with them, and deliver personalized experiences to deliver what they want. The proliferation of digital communications and the ease at which customers can try new things is starting to erode what we know to be brand loyalty. Brands can no longer be built on advertising alone. If your customer experience does not match up to your customer's expectations, it will be twice as hard to win that customer back in the future. The digital customer will demand personalized, addressable communications that are targeted to them, not just because we think that they should be interested in what it is that we're selling. Ensuring every step of their journey, every interaction with your communications is personalized and tailored to the individual and delivering everything they expect. Failure to deliver against that will mean that you will fail to be relevant, and if you fail to be relevant, you will fail to exist. Digital technology is ultimately the enabler to make all of this possible. And every business needs an effective technology stack in order to be able to deliver those experiences for their customers. Some of the most effective businesses in this space are developing their own custom technology and often using their own custom technology to blend together existing technology stacks that are provided by different technology providers. But remember, in all of this, some of the themes that we're going to cover today are very much about how you as businesses and you as marketers can use technology in order to improve the products and the services and the communications that you deliver to your customers. But we can't forget that our customers are also using technology as well. In parallel to your own digital transformation, customers are starting to use technology to start to filter through the wall of advertising noise that comes across them on a daily basis. For those of you who don't play Go, and I'm sure there aren't too many of them here today, Go is a strategy game, a Chinese strategy game that is very much like chess on steroids. Go has been around for about 3,000 years, and some of the people who play it are deemed to be among some of the best strategic players in the world. Google's DeepMind program developed a program called AlphaGo, which was designed to try and understand the game of Go and come up with new ways of being able to play it. Not long after they'd be able to develop that, they were able to systematically beat a range of Go professionals over the course of a number of tournaments. But not only beat these people, but they were able to come up with entirely new ways, new strategic approaches to playing the game that had never been thought of before. So this is just proving to us just what a difference machine learning can make to some of the standard things that we think about today. Just think about the difference that if we employ machine learning within our own business strategies, what that could make to our profitability and the effectiveness of our business. The digital economy means things are going to change. According to Gartner, 38% of the jobs that exist in today's economy will not exist by 2038. Now that might sound scary, and before anybody decides to take their shoes off and go downstairs and start to take on the machines, they do believe that those jobs will be replaced by jobs that we perhaps haven't conceived yet. But I guess this gives us another piece of food for thought, really. If we think about the capabilities and the skill sets that exist within our businesses today, we're going to have to manage change, and we're going to have to manage change quite effectively. It's not just going to be change in terms of technology, change in terms of communications, but it's going to be change in terms of people, change in terms of the kind of skills that we're going to need to require and how we manage the people and train the people who exist in our businesses already today. If we think about it, it shouldn't be too difficult for us to conceive this. If we think back to what our worlds looked like only 20 years ago, they look very, very different to how they look today. Our jobs have already transformed massively in the 20 years. We'll see the same transformation over the next 20 years to come. Speaking of machine learning, we're even going to let machines start to talk to our customers. We're already seeing almost half of all customers of businesses today would rather communicate with a business through a messaging platform than by picking up the telephone and speaking to somebody directly. Chatbots will power 85% of customer service by 2020. That's only 2 years away. More and more money is being invested in this space. Facebook announced that by the end of 2017, there was already 36,000 chatbots live using their Facebook Messenger service. That will completely transform the way in which customers communicate with our business. And the technology is improving all the time with more and more focus on becoming more human, being able to understand sentiment in the way that people are saying things in order to change the way that we communicate and the way that we react. And I guess more importantly and more excitingly for business, one of the most over-optimized areas of a business is usually their customer communications center. Lots of thought has been put into this over the many years since, in the early 90s when people started investing in significantly large customer communication centers, offshoring to other parts of the world, introducing frequently asked questions to websites, introducing online text messaging, etc., as new ways to be able to communicate and utilizing social media as well. All of these things have started to save money, but nothing will save money like the use of chatbots, which is expected to save business approximately $8 billion by 2022. And data is a word that you're going to hear a lot today. Data is the currency of the digital economy. We're creating data at an astronomical rate. 90% of the data on the internet today has been created since 2016, so that's only 2 years. We've managed to create more data, or 9 times more data in the last 2 years than we've managed to create in the preceding 199,998 years of human history. But less than 1% of that data, less than 0.5% of that data is ever analyzed. So we're creating all of this data, but it's clear we've got a bit of a problem. We don't know how to use it, we don't know what to do with it, we don't know how to store it. And once we do analyze it, we don't know how to activate that and use that to make a difference to our business. Global spending last year on data peaked at $40.8 billion, which is great to see that that's increasing, but that's still only 7.5% of the amount that the world spent on advertising in 2017. So clearly, we need to think carefully about where we're investing the money within our business in order to be able to deliver what we need to do in the future. Put simply, data needs to be one of the foundation pillars on which we build our business. If we do not build an effective data strategy, we do not have a future strategy. Most of the things that you will hear about today, most of the ideas, most of the great case studies that our great bank of speakers are here to talk to you about, are only possible because of a great data strategy sitting at the bottom of it. What you will find if you build a great data strategy that puts the customer at the very heart of your business is that you will start to be able to come up with great ideas that you can activate and put into play quickly and effectively that can accelerate the profitability of your business. Most people think channel first, not data first. We're hoping that today will allow you to open your eyes a bit and start to think more about how you can change your business's culture in order to be able to deliver that. And I guess the other thing we understand is that change is challenging for businesses. Change is disconcerting. Taking that first step forward in order to change your strategy can be a really challenging and a really difficult thing to do. But ultimately, we have to be bold. Change is coming, and every single one of us in this room has got some tough decisions to make as far as how we take our businesses to the next level and how we take our communication strategy forward. We hope today will give you some ideas, because ultimately, if we don't start to make some of these changes, we will fail to be relevant. If we fail to be relevant, we will fail to exist. Today's event has got a bank of about 7 speakers who are here to talk to you about a range of different projects, and we've organized it in a particular way to take you on a bit of a journey and take you through a bit of a story. First part of today will be very much about how you build a great data and technology structure. We'll then look at how you can take charge of your customer experience, how you can own that more effectively, and how you can start to develop that and create great experiences for your customers so that they can go on to help you to grow your business more profitably in the future. And finally, how you more effectively communicate with your audience, how you can sort of create your business, create your marketing strategy and comm strategy in a way that allows you to deliver that personalized, addressable communication. So in the first half of today, we've got 3 speakers. We've got Sophie Waller talking to us on enhanced customer experience. We've got Rahul from Google, who's talking to us around machine learning and how that's transforming things within business. And then we've got Caroline Reynolds, who's come to talk to develop on that machine learning concept, to talk a bit more about how that's affecting marketing automation and how we can start to drive better profitability from the campaigns that we're running by employing new artificial intelligence techniques. After the coffee break, you'll hear from Annabel Thorburn, who is here to talk to us about e-commerce and how we can start to think better about our e-commerce experiences and how we can use those to drive better value from our customers. And beyond that, Ian will take us through some stuff on marketing to the machine, understanding chatbots and voice assistants and how you can start to develop your strategies to think about some of these additional challenges that have come into the market. And then finally, we've got some special guests from Sky and from Amazon. So Dan is here to talk to us about channel convergence and addressability in TV advertising and looking at a 360-degree view of the customer and how you can pull data together to deliver truly personalized experiences. And then finally, at the end of the day, Fabian's going to give us a bit of an overview of the Amazon story, but also talk to us about how Amazon are now starting to really make waves as a major player in the media sector and sort of take on the Facebooks and the Googles of this world in order to try and deliver media solutions to customers. Before I introduce our first speaker, those of you who've come in hopefully have got one of these in your hands. We've produced one of these as a little bit of a takeaway for today. There is a section in here to represent every single one of the talks that you'll hear today. Think of it as a bit of a takeaway full of insights and sort of statistics and stuff. The idea behind this is obviously we want you guys to take away some stuff from today that you can take back to your businesses and start to think about and employ today and tomorrow. We know that taking these bold steps that we're talking about taking requires you to take your business on a journey and bring people along with you. And we're hoping that some of the facts, figures, and insights within that will help you to build some of the arguments that you need to make to start to make some of the change that exists within your business.